tangent and also the spanning tree in any graph, any connected graph. Okay. 2.1, that is basic property. Acyclic graph, a cycle that is a graph without cycles, and acyclic graph in graph theory are referred as forest. These are the examples. Then we discuss about tree. Acyclic graph can be connected or disconnected. So these all are the example of forest. But connected, in particular, if we say connected acyclic graph, that is known as tree. Okay. So there, this is not a tree. This is a forest, and everything. These three are tree and as well as forest. And these are the example corresponding to order and size, different order and different size, all the tree, all the known isomorphic tree. Corresponding to n, that is for trivial tree, trivial graph K1, and n is equal to 2, we have K2 or P2. As you can see, the relation between n and m is n minus 1. Okay. Corresponding to n is equal to 3, we have P3. Everything else will be isomorphic to this one. Okay. N is equal to 4, we have two different trees. That is one that is isomorphic to P4, and all other are isomorphic to K1, 3. Okay, two types of tree. That is star and path. Okay. So here you can see every path is a tree, right? And whenever a tree with at most 2 degree in path, the degree is at most 2, right? So that will be represented by path. Okay. A tree, every path is a tree, and every tree where the degree at most 2 is a path. Okay. And if someone says that every tree is a path, then it's not true, because you have these examples which are countering it, right? These are not paths. These are tree. Okay. N is equal to 5. There are three different type of tree. One is path, one is K14, that is star, and another one is this one. All are having 5 vertices, and edges will be 4. Corresponding to n is equal to 6, there are 6 different trees we have drawn, and all are listed over here. As you can see over here, in any tree is connected, right? Connected and acyclic. Connected plus acyclic. Okay. N order tree has n minus 1 size. If this is the order, n is the order, then size will be n minus 1. Okay. And one more property for tree is you have unique path between every two vertices. You can see you have unique path, and from here to here, unique path. From this to this, you have unique path. You don't have any other path. This to this, you have unique path. This one. This to this, you have unique path. So between every two vertices in a tree, there exists unique path. Okay, there exists unique path joining every two vertices. Okay. Okay. These are the property of tree. And for a path, whenever a tree with degree, at most degree, that is maximum degree is 2, then you can say that tree will be path. And that tree will surely be of type Pn. Okay. And here you can see degree 1 vertices I defined as that is known as leaf. So there are every non-trivial tree starts from n is equal to 2. Every non-trivial tree contains at least 2 leaves. Okay, 2 leaves. This one is leaf, this one is leaf, this one and this one. These two are leaves. In path, the end points of the path are leaves. And here you can just see this is a leaf. This is also on this. So here 3 leaves. 2 leaves, 3, 4. So number of leaves ranges from At least 2. At most it can be how many leaf? At most. Yes. Tell me. At least 2 at most for an order tree. Tell me, degree 1 vertex कितने हो सकते हैं? Yes. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
See, try to respond. Otherwise, I can stop the revision. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, at least 2 number of leaves are there at most. At
n
most,
minus 1. N minus 1.
n minus 1. Yes. And how many cut vertices present in this one? How many cut vertices are present? Minimum. Number of cut vertices. Tell me, at least and at most. Yes? Tell me, at most, how many cut vertices are present? Define cut vertex. Define cut vertex.
Ma'am, the vertex which we remove, then we'll get more number of components.
Yes. So in this one, for particular n, you can just see n is equal to 6. How many cut vertices present in this one?
N
Ma'am,
minus
4.
2.
At the most n minus 2. That is in case of Pn type. Okay. And in Pn, you have the maximum number of cut vertices and the minimum number of leaves. Okay. Pn में तो 2 number of leaves है, right? Cut vertices. Minimum. Minimum 0, 1, 2, 3. What?
1.
1. In which graph?
Star.
Star. K1 n minus 1, right? K1 n minus 1. So this one vertex is your cut vertex. And in K1 n minus 1, maximum number of leaves are present. Okay. How many cut edges? How many bridges are present in tree? How many bridges are present in any tree? Number of bridges? Number of bridges? Just count it and tell me the relation with n.
N minus 1.
N minus 1. Every edge is a bridge, right? Why is it so? No cycle is present, na? That's why every edge is a bridge. Okay? This one done, this one done, this one done. Yeah, this one you can verify. Number of edges are n minus 1 and all are bridges, right? Yeah, there exists unique path between every two vertex. You can just verify it. Between every two vertex, you can just say there will be one and only one path. And between every two leaves, if you just check it, you will get a maximal path. Okay, degree 1 vertex. Every 2 degree 1 vertex, every two leaves are joined by maximal path, because that cannot be extendable. Clear? This one is maximal. 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 I'm saying maximal, not maximum. Okay? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what else do you know about tree? If you add one edge to the endpoint of these path, would you add how many cycles at a time? Yes?
One cycle.
One cycle if you join it, or you join any two leaves or any two vertex, you can join it, you will get exactly one cycle. Okay? Done? This is also done. At least two leaves done. And if you cut one leaf, you will get n minus 1 order tree. And this is already done. Yeah, size already told you. Yeah, there is forest. One result about forest. A forest of order n having k trees, k number of trees, that is these number of trees, will have size n minus k. Okay? Number of leaves, that is number of vertices is n, number of trees or disjoint graph, you can just say, number of components are k. So a forest having k component of order n, a forest of order n having k number of trees, or you can just say k component, has size n minus k. Understood? This was done. Every edge of a tree is bridged. Adding one edge forms exactly one cycle. Yeah, spanning tree, a spanning subgraph which is a tree, right? For every graph, does there exist spanning tree? Can you find? For every graph, can you find a spanning tree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. C3 union C4. Can you find for this graph?
No, ma'am. For disconnected
Spanning
graph,
tree.
there is not that.
For disconnected graph, there does not exist any spanning tree. Spanning tree means all the vertices should be present. Okay. And which is connected acyclic. Okay. That means every connected graph contains a spanning tree. Okay. Disconnected now. And if two spanning tree are there, they can be different in some edges now, because number of edges are n minus 1, n order spanning tree. Okay, n order graph में spanning tree exist करेगा तो n vertices, all the n vertices will be present, and n minus 1 edges will be present. No cycle are present. Okay, so if two different spanning tree are there, T1 and T2, then n is same, size is same, and all the vertices are same. Where is the difference? Only edges. This will be having some different edge. Okay. E1 is there, that is not present in T2, and E2 is only present in T2, not present in this one. Okay. If other edges are same, there will be at least one edge which is different. Okay. And if you remove this edge from here, that is different from this one, and add E2, then you get again a spanning tree. Okay, because number of vertices are same here, number of edges will be n minus 1 connected acyclic, that will be also forming a spanning tree. Then we discuss about distance. What do you understand by distance?
Shortest path.
Shortest path length. And what do you understand by length? Length of any path, any walk, any trail. Yes. Tell me. Length कैसे डिटरमाइन करते हो? Anyone?
And by counting the number of edges in that path.
Yes, by counting the number of edges. In an unweighted graph, if the numerical numbers associated with any edge, that its weight is not given. Okay. So in that we just consider one length for each edge. Okay, one unit length for each edge, and then we count it. The distance from U to V will be length of smallest U to V path, and this smallest U to V path is also known as geodesic. Okay. For example, A to G, you have many paths, but this path is geodesic. Okay. Means to say smallest path length, smallest length path. Okay. Clear? Similarly, you can find distance between any 2 points. Can you tell me the distance between B and F?
Four.
4.
4. And A and F?
4.
Again 4. Can you have any other distance which is greater than 4?
5, but it's not distance.
5 from where? 5 distance between which point?
No, ma'am, it's not a distance because we have to take the minimum.
Yes, it is a length. Length obviously exists 5, but distance is maximum 4. Okay, and this maximum number, maximum distance is known as diameter. Okay, and we discuss eccentricity as well as radius. So eccentricity of B we want to find, then B is fixed. B2, we will find all the distances from B to every other point. Okay, B2A, B2C, B2D, B2H, B2G, B2F, B2E. And whatever the maximum distance from B to every other point, out of that, choose the maximum. That will be your eccentricity of B. Okay, so here the maximum distance is here 1, 1, here 2, here 3, here 3, here 3, here 4. So B and F gives you 4. So eccentricity is maximum distance from point B. So eccentricity is point property, and this is your 4. Okay, this is again 4. This is 3. And F and B and F and A, these are at 4 distance now. So for this one also 4, to this one 3, to this one again 3. For H it is 3. For D is 2. Every other point is in the range of 2. Every other point, all the points are at most in range of, it is 4, right? That is your eccentricity. The maximum eccentricity is given by diameter. Okay. Maximum eccentricity, maximum of epsilon, this will give you diameter, and minimum epsilon, minimum eccentricity will give you radius. Clear? Any doubt? So this is done. Radius done. These are the examples. You can have eccentricity as well as diameter and radius. All are same. Okay. For tree, why you are just saying diameter of tree will be length of its longest path? Yes. Why you are not considering all the distances between every 2 points and then taking the maximum out of it? There is unique path now between every 2 vertices. Okay. That's why it is the length of its smallest path. Then we had this theorem that if G is a simple graph with the diameter of G is at least 3, then diameter of G complement will be at the most 3. Understood? Diameter of G is at least 3, then diameter of G complement is at the most 3. Okay, on the basis of this one only, we proved that diameter of G is at the most at least 4, then diameter of G complement we have proved at least 2. Okay, by using this one. So this was the end of this theory. Any doubt? Any doubt in 2.1?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. So for a given any number of vertices, that is a1, a2, and so on up to an, there are how many simple graph exist? 2 raised to power nc2. Okay. And why this nc2? 2 raised to power nc2. Why this 2? nc2 is the maximum number of edges now. We are taking 2 vertices at a time, right? That's why nc2. And nc2 is what? This is also associated with complete graph. Which parameter is this one? For complete graph?
We're calculating the size.
Yes, this is the size for in order complete graph. And for KRS, R plus S is the order and R into S is the size. Okay. Now, out of these 2 raised to power nc2, there are some simple, that is obviously simple graph is there. Some are tree. These 2 raised to power nc2, these may be disjoint, completely disjoint, that is n pair. Okay. These may be somewhat, some edges may be present, and some may have some cycle. but out of these, how many are tree? There are n raised to power n minus 2, this much number of tree. So these trees may be isomorphic, may not be isomorphic, but for a given graph, that is for a given, you can just say set ABC or A1, A2, and so on up to AN. This number of vertices, there are n raised to power n minus 2 number of trees. Okay? And these n raised to power n minus 2 number of spanning, these trees are forming the spanning tree in that complete graph containing all those n vertices. Okay? Complete graph में तो सारी की सारी edges होती हैं, right? So these n raised to power n minus 2 are working as spanning tree in the complete graph. Okay? For example, n raised to power n minus 2, this is your Cayley formula. For n is equal to 2, there are how many? 2 raised to power 2 minus 2, that is 2 raised to power 0. One tree. One tree exists for 2 number of vertices. For 3 number of vertices, there are 3 raised to power 3 minus 2. There are 3 number of vertices, that is spanning tree or trees exist. And these are the spanning tree for K3. You can see it. Okay? These are the spanning tree for K3. Out of these, all are isomorphic, right? We can define some maps so that they become isomorphic. Like this, for corresponding 4, A4, how many spanning tree exists? 16. Or you can just say 4 order trees are 16 in number and some are isomorphic, some are not. Okay? Spanning tree are already defined. Disconnected graph has no spanning tree. Then we count it. The spanning tree just by drawing. So if we draw the spanning tree of kite, we got outer C4 gives you 4 number of spanning tree, and containing diagonal, these are also 4 number of spanning tree. Okay? Out of this one, these are isomorphic, but we needed total number of spanning tree. Okay? And these 2 remaining are isomorphic. Means 2 type of spanning tree. One is P4 type, and the same type. P4 type, everything is P4 over here, and this is star type. Okay? Now for K4, how many spanning tree exists? For K4, how many spanning tree? All these will work, right? We haven't increased any vertex. These
16.
all will work for. So 16. That is 4 raised to power 4 minus 2. Okay? For 5 it is 5 raised to power 5 minus 2, 125. Okay? So one method is to count the spanning tree is this one. Just draw it and count it. Another method is by edge contraction method, and one more is matrix tree computation. Edge contraction method is, this is also known as recurrence method. This is given by choose any edge which is not a loop. Any edge which is not a loop, tau of G, that represents your number of spanning tree for a graph G, and G minus E, exclude that E, whatever you have chosen, and get the number of spanning tree for G minus E, exclude it. Okay? Plus spanning tree for G dot E. What is this G dot? G dot E represents your edge E got contracted in G. Okay? So G minus E is G with deleted E, and G dot E is G contracted E. Okay? So here number of edges are 1 less. In this one also 1 less than G. So it is easy to find the spanning tree for G, because we are not removing any vertex na in G minus C. Clear? And here we are contracting. Okay? For example, in case of kite, we found 8 na. So G deleted E and G contracted E. You can find the number of spanning tree for this one, add it with number of spanning tree for G dot E. Okay. And if you are not able to find at the first step, again, just by assuming this is again a graph, again you can take some other as this one and this one from here. Again, split it into two forms, this minus this as, and this graph contacted with this, and same is happening with this one. Then count all the spanning tree for the resulting graphs. Okay, sum it up. Finally, you'll be getting the spanning tree for G. Okay, clear? Another method is first we have chosen E for this one. Non-loop you have to choose any as you can choose this one or this one, doesn't matter. Okay. So another is we have chosen this one and then found the spanning tree. Okay. So here this is the first step. Again we are not able to find here. If it looks difficult now, so again you can split in two graphs. Okay, and if you are able to find over here only, so here only how many spanning tree exist for this graph and this graph, then stop at this one and sum it up. Okay, so G minus E at this point, it has 3 number of spanning tree and this has 5 number of spanning tree. It will be 8. Okay, so this one already done. Then third method is matrix tree computation. Matrix tree computation, if we have done adjacency matrix, right? So in that we have taken G is loopless graph, multi-edges may be present. Okay, with the vertex at V1, V2 and so on Vn. If you have Aij, that is the number of edges between Vi and Vj. Qij, form the new matrix, form a matrix with entry Qij. Qij is minus of number of edges between ith and jth vertex. Okay, and at diagonal in adjacency matrix it was 0, but here it will be degree of the corresponding vertex. For example, Q11, this is the degree of V1. Q22, this will be your degree of V2. Clear? So at diagonal entries, this is degree, and non-diagonal entry, this is minus of Aij, and that, what is that? Aij minus of number of edges between ith and jth vertex. Okay. Now first find Q by this criteria. Then this will be n by n matrix. Then one more matrix you try to find by using Qn by n that will be having order Qn minus 1 plus n minus 1. And how we are finding this Q star? By deleting one row and one column. Okay, from Q. So it will be n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrix. Okay. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this I and j, any row and any column you can delete it. Then find the determinant of this matrix, and this will be either plus or minus. If it is minus, then take the modulus of that determinant, or you can just multiply with minus sign. That is I minus 1 raised to power I plus j. So try to delete in this way that I plus j will be always even. In that sense, you have to only take the determinant of the matrix Q star. Okay, because minus 1 raised to power even will be plus 1. The only left thing is determinant. Okay, so this gives you the number of spanning tree, as you can see over here. Q star P in minus 1 order matrix, obtaining by deleting ith row, jth column from Q. Okay. And for this one, we have grown by this one, and this one we have calculated tau g. Now by using matrix tree theorem or matrix tree computation, this says that just form a matrix Q that contains a diagonal entries are degree of A, degree of B, C, D. So 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Clear? Except diagonals, what do you do? Between A and B. A and B. How many number of edges? And take the minus of that. Okay. So number of edges between A and B is 1. So minus 1. A and C it is again 1. So minus 1 it will be. A and D it will be 1 as minus 1. Okay. So like this you can calculate this matrix. Delete any row and any column. So I have deleted first row and first column to get Q star matrix. So this is the matrix whose determinant will give you tau of g. Why I am just saying whose determinant will give you tau of g? Because minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1, 2. So it will be neutralizing, that is plus minus 1 raised to power 2, it will be plus. Finally, tau g will be determinant of this matrix Q star. Understood? So that's the end of this theory part. Any doubt in 2.2?
No, ma'am.
Yes, syllabus of quiz बता दिया हमने कितना आने वाला है?
Ma'am, you told up to 3.
3.1. It will be up to 3.1. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now 2.3 theory. Here some weighted graph will be given, and from that we will find the best spanning tree. Best spanning tree means corresponding to optimized spanning tree. Optimized means minimized, and minimized weight, minimum distance, minimum time, minimum cost, or minimum other parameter. Okay. Every S will be associated to some weight. Okay, that is the weight of that. It could be weight, distance, but in general we just represent by W. Okay, and weight of this graph is collective weight of all the edges. Okay, we try to find this spanning tree. There exists how many spanning tree? Can you tell me? This is kite and one edge. How many spanning tree? If this edge is not there, how many spanning tree exist? How many spanning tree exist for this kite? 8. Now, I added this as how many? See, every spanning tree has to have this edge, right? Otherwise, that will not be connected. So, all 8. Now, again 8. Again 8. Again 8. Means whenever we are adding any bridge, okay, any number of vertices and any number of bridge, that will depend on the core of this one. Okay, understood? Because every bridge has to be part of that every spanning tree. Clear? तो डिफरेंस कहाँ पे आ रहा है? इस साइकिल फॉर्मेट में, राइट? जहाँ भी साइकिल है वहाँ पे डिफरेंस आता है. Okay, so 8 number of spanning tree will exist. Out of that, minimum weight spanning tree are these two. These all are 8. So we are interested in these 2 type of spanning tree, these 2, and that is known as minimum spanning tree. Spanning tree with minimum weight. Okay, there is one algorithm to find this spanning tree with minimum weight. How? First take the edge with minimum weight, then next to that, and next to that, so that cycle formation does not occur. अगर साइकिल फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है सेम weight लेने से, so skip that edge and take the greater weight edge, right? Okay, so like this, if you include n-1 edges, that will connect all n vertices. That will be your spanning tree, minimum spanning tree. Okay, and finally you can find the weight of that spanning tree by summing the weight of each n-1 edges. Okay, for example, in this one, first you need to take this one, then this one or this one, it's up to you, both are same. This one, third one is this one, but we cannot take this one. It will form a cycle, that will not be a spanning tree, right? Third one you can take this one. So one is this spanning tree, another is this one, and this one. So there are two minimum spanning tree exist. Okay, 1 and 2. Clear? And weight of this spanning tree will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. Minimum spanning tree are useful where we want to connect all the places or all the points of the graph, and we want to optimize the cost or any other parameter, time, distance. Okay, so this is the minimum connected graph. Okay, minimum connected. Why? If we remove even one edge, it will be further disconnected. Clear? Okay, so that's the Kruskal algorithm. Here you can find the minimum spanning tree. Yeah, did you got the assignment part? Assignment second.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So उसमें कुछ इस टाइप का होगा. Minimum spanning tree by using Kruskal, right? ऐसा कुछ था? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So same thing, same algorithm you can apply it. First take the minimum, then next to that, then greater to that, greater to that. So that cycle formation does not occur. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in that assignment question, we have to write the steps also, or we can directly do the graph only.
See, for objective type question, direct graph is okay, but you need to write the steps. Step means you can just take this one first, then next this one, next this one. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next is shortest path from a that is between two vertices. A path with least length with minimum length. Okay, that will be your shortest path. This there is one algorithm that is known as Dijkstra algorithm to find the distance from one vertex to, that is the distance is the shortest path length, na? Shortest path length from the particular vertex. If it is asked, then you can find it. Either a digraph will be given or a connectivity graph is given. In that you can find it. Okay, and can you explain what is this Dijkstra algorithm does? Anyone? Can you explain it? Suppose you yeah.
And we basically fix a point from where we have to find the distance, and then we take the minimum weighted edge, and we continue like that.
Yes. If minimum weighted edge is this one, then we explore. We find the tentative distance to all the vertices from the fixed point U. If it is asked, try to find, that is, find the distance from this vertex. Then first fix U. and u से u की distance तो 0 ही है, right? And tentative distance from u to every other point you try to find and take the minimum one. Okay, minimum one will be added to s. Suppose this one is u, this one is v1, and now explore via v1. कि पहले से ही जो डिस्टेंस ली हुई है टेंटेटिव डिस्टेंस वो ज्यादा है या थ्रू v1 यू आर एक्सप्लोरिंग. थ्रू v1 मींस ये वाली डिस्टेंस तो ऐड होगी हमेशा, राइट? एंड v1 से जो भी एज है, राइट? And take the minimum of this length, okay, this distance and the earlier calculated, and similarly then next minimum vertex will be added to s, and you will stop when you are having calculated for that is all the points, that is all the distances from u to every other point. Or you are not at all, you can not at all find the distance, that will be infinite, and this case will happen in case of disconnected graph. Okay, because connected में कहीं ना कहीं से तो आ ही जाएगा, clear? Disconnected में infinite आ जाएगा. और the third algorithm, you can just have a look at this. First, take all the tentative distance, that is all the weight of as is which are incident to you, and take the minimum one, that is v1. Now you with v1 are in s. Then for next v2 minimum, find all the distances from u to every other via v1. Okay, and take the minimum of already calculated tentative distance and this one via v1. Okay, and whatever the minimum you will define that, and then minimum sub distances and unme se minimum goes to s and so on. Okay, for example this one. So can you explain over here? You need to find the shortest path from u to every other vertex. Yes.
Ma'am, first we will set up s is equals to u, and then we'll find the tentative distance from u point to all other vertices.
Okay. So u to a it is 1, u to b it is 3, u to c, weight of u to c
Infinity.
infinity, right? U to d infinite, u to e. Whatever we don't have any s initially, just take this tentative distance. Obviously these will change, tentative distance now this will change. So these are infinite, and take the minimum out of all these a. Okay, now a goes to s. Okay, now explore through a to b infinite already selected 3. So 1 plus infinite will give you infinite, and already selected is already we have calculated tentative distance as 3. So which you will take minimum na? So u to b is minimum. So tentative distance from b will be 3 only, right? Via a it is again 3 tentative distance. Via a c directly it was infinite, this one. Via a it is 1 plus 4. Minimum of 1 plus 4 and infinite. This gives you 5 now. So tentative
Yes, sir.
distance from U to C, now you got 5. Okay. And tentative distance from U to D, it is 1 plus 5. U to A तो ऐड होगा, राइट, एंड A से जो भी डायरेक्ट एज जा रही है उनका ऐड कर दो, राइट. सो मिनिमम ऑफ इनफाइनाइट एंड 6, इट विल बी 6 ना. Tentative distance from A to E, again we don't have any direct edge, so infinite, again it will be remaining as infinite. Understood? So out of these, what is minimum? B. Now B got into S, right? Now try to explore all the points from B. Now B to A you cannot explore because already it is, we have calculated, right? It is already in S. So B to C, earlier we have calculated as 5, right? This was TC. This is tentative distance to D, and this is E. Yeah. Via B, what is minimum? Yes. Via B it is 3 plus 5, and via A it was 1 plus 4. So minimum, it will be again minimum
5.
of 5 and 8. It will be 5 again. Okay. So 5. This one we have taken this path. Okay. Then via B to D, 3 plus 4, but earlier calculated as 6. So what is the minimum of 6 and 3 plus 4, 7? 6. Okay. And to E, we don't have. Again, infinite. Understood? So now minimum of these, what is it? 5 now? Corresponding point goes to S. So this goes to S and this is your distance. Which one? This plus this. Okay. Now via C, explore all the points outside from S. C to D, infinite, already calculated is 6. So it will be 6 only, right? Minimum of 6 and infinite. You don't have any direct edge, right? So it will be 6. This one to this one, right? And what about C to E? Earlier it was infinite, so minimum of infinite, and now it is via C. C to E it is 6. So what should I add so that I get from U to E? Yes?
5 plus 6.
5. 1, 4, this 5, and then so it will be 11. Na? The minimum is 11. So what is minimum? 6 and 11. 6. And to this point, 3. So this point now goes to S and this is your path. Okay. Now explore all other points from D. So we are left with just only E, right? This is already gone. So already selected path is which one? Already selected path 1, 4, 6. This one. Now it is via D. If you want to explore, this is 6 plus 2. 1, 5, 2. Which one is minimum? 11 or this one? 1, 5, 2. Which one is minimum? This one via D. Okay. So now it is 11 and 6 plus 2. 8. What is it? 8 na? And finally we got this point also added to S. Okay. Now you can easily tell me the distance from U to every other point. Tell me. U to A. U to A distance.
1.
1. U to B. 3. U to C.
5.
Via A. 5. U to D. Via A again. UAD. That is 6. And U to E. 1. And that is UADE. Right? This is the path. And you can see this also forms a spanning tree. Okay, whatever all the distance we have, all the path we have calculated from U to every other point, that forms a spanning tree. Okay. So that's how you use the Dijkstra algorithm. And this was the minimum spanning tree example application. Okay. Either this graph will be given or some matrix will be given. From this matrix, you can easily draw this graph and then find the spanning tree, minimum spanning tree, by using Dijkstra algorithm. And then, yeah, some matrix may be symmetric, some may not be symmetric. Symmetric means that graph is undirected, and not symmetric means that graph is directed. Okay, so this matrix is not symmetric, that this means the graph is diagram. Okay, so here you can you have to use weakest route and the least time travel, so you can use the Dijkstra algorithm, because from every location you have to find, so from A to any other point you can use it. So first fix A, then fix B, B to every other, then C, C to every other, D, D to every other, and E, E to every other. So that's the end of this chapter. I hope you got it. And in next lecture, I'll start chapter 5.